Welcome back to our channel, guys. We think that we know everything about our home planet, but we didn't know about it, and we're curious to know about that. There's no doubt that our planet Earth is awe-inspiring. That's even more true for the handful of humans who've seen it from space with their own eyes. NASA astronaut Catherine Sullivan, who in 1984 became the first U.S. woman to walk in space, said that as we all tend to think of ourselves as weird, tiny little human beings on a very large, powerful planet, and therefore clearly not connected with anything that might affect the planet at a planetary scale. In some ways, that's true, but if you would step back and look at the planet in total, you will see how richly interconnected and intertwined all the actual systems are. Even with all its magnificence and greatness, Earth is also just kind of extraordinarily strange. Apart from the fact that Earth is the only planet known to have life, it has many inherent characteristics, from geophysical weirdness to the landscapes that beautify its surface to the organisms it supports. And further, the more we learn about Earth's specialty, the more we grow to appreciate and treasure in many wonders, like the air we breathe, the water we drink, the land on which we live, and so on. Sullivan said that you look back at the Earth and the huge, marvelous ocean, a lot more like the dust on a tennis ball than something big, massive. It's more like the wall of a soap bubble, this little membrane that envelops this grain of rock, and is the reason that creatures like us can live. So here are some of the unbelievable things that this gas-shrouded ball of water and rock we call home. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell icon to never miss out on more videos like this. Let's dive now. Number 10, the planet's poles flip. Well, north is somewhere above Alaska and south is down near the middle of Antarctica. This will always be true for the planet's geographic poles, but it's only true once in a while for its magnetic poles. Surprisingly, over the past 20 million years, the magnetic poles have flip-flopped every several 100,000 years or so, which means that if you had a compass in hand about 800,000 years ago, it would tell you that north was in Antarctica. Even though scientists are pretty sure about Earth's frothing molten iron core powers these polar acrobatics, it's not entirely clear what brings about the actual reversals. The process is gradual and occurs over millions of years. For now, the north magnetic pole of Earth is creeping northward by about 40 miles a year, and is given that the last major pole reversal happened 780,000 years ago, we are overdue for a flip. Number 9. It has a supersized moon. The beautiful Sunday evening is marked by the most recent rising of the supermoon. Discarding how the large Earth's moon appears in the sky on any given night, it's always among the solar system's most overgrown satellites. Relative to Earth, it's positively enormous, coming in at a quarter as wide as our home planet. Pluto is the only celestial twosome that bests the Earth-Moon team in this regard, and Charon, its biggest moon, really forms more of a binary system in which a pair of objects rotates around each other rather than a typical planet-moon pair. And thank goodness that the moon is so big and so close to the planet that we could never see the total solar eclipse if it was smaller or farther away from Earth. Number 8, the biggest mammal migration is airborne. Alright, you may have thought the 1.3 million wildebeest that walk their way between Kenya and Tanzania were tops, but you'd be wrong. Each year, over millions and millions of bats, like giant fruit bats and others to be exact, fly between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Zambia's Kasanka National Park. With more than 10 million echolocating chiropterans, cat-sized mango-munching involved, bats migration is the largest known mammal migration on Earth. Number 7. It hosts a humongous fungus. When we talk about the biggest living thing on Earth, it might be easy to think about the trees, elephants, blue whales, and the tallest animal, giraffe. You may even recall the coral reefs, which are the largest chains of creatures. But forget the blue whales, elephants, and giant redwood trees. The biggest, largest living organism is over 2 miles across, and you will rarely ever see it. It's an armillaria mushroom, or you can say the honey fungus, which is reported in Oregon. In 1992, one of these mushrooms was found in Michigan, covering over 37 acres. But more recently, teams investigating a mysterious tree die-off found that the culprit was an even more dreadful fungus, covering at least 2,000 acres and estimated to be thousands of years old, as they are long-lived. Though the mushrooms themselves burst out of the soil, they're connected by an underground network of tissues called mycelia. There's a chance that the mushroom's outgrowth may not all be perfect clones, but it appears as though the giant fungus takes this particular trophy and it tastes great with spaghetti and red chili. Number 6, some parts are downright alien looking. Ethiopia's Denali Depression resulted from the divergence of 3 tectonic plates in the Horn of Africa and is a fantastic landscape worthy of the superlatives tossed at it. Driest, lowest, hottest, weirdest. Though heated hot springs, salty mirages, crackling lava lakes, and poisonous gases make the Denali Depression seem like one of the most hostile places on Earth, against all odds, people do live here. Astrobiologists use multicolored hydrothermal vents, which are home to ecosystems, as an analog searching for life beyond Earth. Number 5, one island boasts an undersea waterfall. The southwestern coast of Mauritius appears to be fluttering on the edge of a plunging undersea waterfall, but the island's dangerous position and the appearing fissure is just an illusion. It's quite spectacular when viewed from above. Silt and sand on the ocean floor run off in a way that creates the forbidding impression of an underwater waterfall. Number 4, there are hidden gems beneath your feet. The gypsum pillars, buried 1,000 feet underground in Mexico's appropriately named Cave of Crystals, are the largest natural crystals known. Some of the beams radiating in the torrid cave measure more than 30 feet long. You might have been thinking that it's hard for Earth to hide such a bright crystalline trove, but the cave was only discovered in 2000 when silver miners accidentally broke through its walls. So, equivalently, a magical underground treasure, Vietnam's Hang Son Doong Cave, is the world's largest and remained hidden until relatively recently. The cave, spotted in 1991, hosts a lush rainforest and is big enough for a 747 jumbo jet to comfortably park inside. Number 3, some of its clouds are alive. Occasionally at dusk, dark-shaped drifting clouds appear near the ground. As they twirl and morph, these clouds can seem positively alive. The phenomenon known as the murmuration is formed by hundreds or thousands of starlings flying in tandem. Scientists suspect that the birds engage in this mesmerizing display when they're looking for a spot to roost or evading predators. But it's still a puzzle as to how exactly they achieve such exquisite acrobatic synchrony on the fly. Number 2, there is an underwater meadow. Who is the oldest of them all? The Mediterranean's most widespread seagrass, named Posidonia oceanica, after the Greek god Poseidon, is also thought to be among the oldest known living things on Earth. But genetic sequencing recently revealed that an expansive Posidonia meadow growing off the coast of Spain could be as many as 100,000 years old. It seems that before our modern human ancestors left Africa, the first of these seagrass shoots was gently putting down roots and beginning a process of cell division and cloning that would survive through the global spread of humankind. Posidonia has few natural competitors and predators except humans, whose exploding population and poor habitat management are slowly destroying the ancient meadows. This might be one reason that slow-growing Posidonia can last for so long. Number 1, one river is boiling. Once thought to be a simple stuff of legend, a boiling river is hidden deep in the Peruvian Amazon. Okay, it's not actually boiling, but the river comes within a few degrees of that mark, and it's still hot enough to transform an already otherworldly rainforest into a steaming, mystical paradise that can cook clumsy small animals alive. Recently, National Geographic explorer Andre Russo went to the boiling river and returned with a reason for its effervescence: a tremendous geothermal activity that's unrelated to volcanoes or oil drilling. So that's all about the video. These were the most incredible things ever that we bet you didn't know about the Earth. Until the next video, stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for more uploads. See you soon. Bye.